Good evening, survivors. This is your friendly neighborhood rabbit nut coming from Zone 2. This is my official YouTube Discord channel. I'd like to give a special shout out to Miss Sora from Zone 8 in the Gen Alliance for being my partner in this. She's also my community manager. So these are the lovely people who are members of my Discord channel. I've got one moderator, and I have the Mr. Hugo, which by his own admission, he is not a representative of King's Group in this Discord channel, but I think he brings a lot to the table, and I'm definitely thankful to have him with us. Not so much for information, but for insight. Being a member of King's Group's employ. He can definitely add something to our discussions, maybe some insight into, we make suggestions, but lately we haven't been getting a lot of information on why, they may make suggestions, and at first we were getting insight. We were getting like, yeah, that's a great idea, or no, that's not going to work, and this is the reason why. Well, we're not getting that anymore, and I thought an open discussion forum like that would be awesome. So there are going to be many features to my YouTube channel. So obviously there'll be a place to post Dino War videos, a pun arena where you can rally your puns to battle against other punners. No pun intended. Obviously memes. And here's something that I really wanted when I built this, and I'm thankful to have it, is a channels for Bugs and Zone Cheaters. So at this time, I don't think we really are plagued with Zone Cheaters yet, not that I'm aware of. But at some point, there are always going to be those that would rather cheat than do it legit. And I want a place where I can put them on blast, as well as from time to time make a video kind of ranting and raving and about these people, and possibly we can get some stuff done, get them banned and kicked and so on and so forth. Because in all these games that are very similar to this in the mobile format, you got resource buyers, you've got people that will do bot farms and all kinds of heinous things to improve their game through illegitimate means. And as a legitimate spender and player, free to play and spender alike, that's extremely frustrating, because we're putting the effort, we're putting the time, we're investing our time and effort, as well as financial means to make our game more fun, and to be able to do more things and to grow and so much and so forth. And to have someone who goes around that, it's entirely frustrating and infuriating, and I really want to make sure that we nip that in the bud in this game from the get-go before it gets out of control. As well as bugs. We're having tons of bugs ever since the 1.5 update, and then they did a 1.51 and then a 1.52, and yet we still are having extreme issues with bugs. And to make matters worse, the customer support is down. It's down hard. And so we're reporting things on the bug channel within Discord. Well, I thought I would go a step further and allow a channel within my Discord channel for bugs, so that in which I can make a YouTube video, and I can say, hey, this is what we're having, this is our issues, this is what this bug looks like, and to kind of put it out there in a format where they can see it, they can watch it. It's very visual, and you can send me videos, and I can post them along with my videos, and we can kind of make this visible to the developers. And I'm also going to include several other features where that you actually give me YouTube channel suggestions. So suggestions on, hey, why is this way? Or I want to be able to learn how to do this. Or, what am I, like I had one suggestion where the guy was wanting to know, What's the difference between, what is health for? What is defense for? What is attack for? What is lethality for? When I'm attacking somebody, what do these things mean to me? How do I set up my march? And obviously I can't give you a step-by-step on, hey, send 30,000 of these and 20,000 of these and 10,000 of these, obviously, because every castle you attack is going to be different. And every format is going to be different. And, I can give you tips, I can give you pro tips on, how you should kind of determine how you create your march. But that's kind of one of those things that you need to kind of set up for yourself, kind of feel it out, make attacks, adjust. Hey, I attacked this way and I lost way more than I should have. So maybe I need to adjust my marches. Maybe I need to send more T7s than T8s, or maybe I need to send more T9s and T10s, or you kind of got to figure it out. You got to kind of feel it out and do it for yourself. It's one of those things that unfortunately there isn't a one size fits all, and in many cases, a lot of us, we're starting to grasp the battle formula, but we're not to the point where we can go, okay, hey, this is what's going to work for you. So, but there are definitely areas that I can inform, that I can give information on, and that's what I want to do. And I also I have actually a group call that is scheduled with several members from several alliances. And I'll have some moderators in there when I can. Obviously, Hugo, being a member of this Discord channel, he can listen in. And I want to do it in such a positive way that it's not just like a rant, like we're just like, King's Group, you suck, and because they don't, they really don't. They've made exceptional strides to make this game different than all the other games, all the other reskins, GOG, Koa, it's on a whole different format, a whole different game engine. So it's definitely very much different. And, you give a nice pat on the back, attaboys. And there's a time for being positive and be like, hey, I love the enlistment drive. I think it's awesome. And oh, by the way, there are some things that I dislike. I don't like this or I don't like that. Or what can we do to make this better? And that's kind of the thing as a YouTuber. I have that opportunity because I have a format in which that I can put that out there. I can put it out. There are so many things. Words are so powerful, but pictures and videos are really the format that we use today to express ourselves. To say, hey, this stinks, or hey, this is awesome, or there's so much, YouTube content, but, people, the company I work for, they use YouTube videos to give out information about, things going on in the company, and it's just such a community with YouTube that I thought this would be a great way to do it. So we'll have agendas, we'll introduce ourselves, hey, I am, let's say I am Sora. I am from, Vietnam, and I'm a free-to-play player. She's a free-to-play player, and just kind of give your background. I want all walks of life. Like I said, I have Hugo asked us if he could join our Discord, and we did. We let him in. I have one moderator so far. I want all walks of life, all different perspectives on the game. You've got Hugo. He's been he was a dev within Koa, and now he's a community manager within the Discord channel for Dino Wars. And obviously, he's got a lot of knowledge. He's a very smart guy. He knows the limitations within these games. Hey, if this is our problem, hey Hugo, is this something that can be done? Can you pass this on to the development team and see if it's possible to do it? Such and so forth like that. Like in the devs, you got devs and you got mods, which mods are players, but they have some insight. They have their own background. Like Moon, she was a Koa mod, and she was a lead mod, and she was a training mod, and she worked closely with developers and the development team and so on and so forth. So everybody's got information that they can without I'm not looking for like insider information. Hey, what's happening? Hugo. What's coming up next? That's not really what I'm about. I'd love that information, but that's not what I'm trying to get from this channel and from doing this on YouTube. I want to bring the community together and broadcast it in a format that can be watched by all. And I know for a fact that I've had developers that have viewed many of my YouTube videos. I try to be different than a lot of YouTubers who kind of get in this funk of just bashing the developers of mobile games. They're here to make money, first and foremost. Sometimes do they go a little too far and kind of lean more towards go to the dark side of it? Sometimes. Dino Wars has done a lot, but it has done a great job so far with that, not falling into the trap of Koa and GOG and kind of holding back and not having so much content and so much additions and having so much issues. Obviously they've been having a lot of issues lately with that new. But that just goes with it. That kind of goes with when developing a game and you're releasing it live. You never know. It's such a broad spectrum because you got Android, and Android is pretty much a Android and Apple, and you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have glitches and so much and so forth. So that's just kind of part of it. And let's get back to what I was my agenda. So zone health. So I'm talking to many members within many zones. A lot of the older zones, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm catching a lot of talk from other zones that have come in that came after us. I'm from zone 2, where they're having a lot of issues with zone health, where a few large players who I affectionately love to call zone terrorists are doing a lot of attacking, but they're doing it in a way that they're just annihilating alliances, and they're creating a fiefdom within zones, and kind of anybody that doesn't go with them is killed, and obviously I know this is a war game, but the thing is that I think that as a game developer, they have some input on that. They can do things that can help things grow and so on and so forth. And obviously zone terrorists are going to be there no matter what the developer do. The developer can't kick somebody out. Oh, you're killing too many people. What? It's a war game. What the hell? That's just kind of part of it. But we can do things, implement things that make it a little less one-sided. Obviously, I don't have all the answers. So zone health is a big thing. My zone in particular, we have about 60 to 70 semi to very active players within the entire zone. It kind of, it died out. Players quit, and then we got no new players. So we're to the point where we're so, our players in the couple of alliances that are still alive are so big. And when we've implemented, measures to try to slow down the zone death. We've done it's a tile hitting event instead of the kill event, where we basically place tiles for one another, or any tiles placed within the kill event can be slaughtered. And it's kind of basically known that you don't put anything more than your HQ hospital into a tile or many tiles, just for the pure fact that as long as you don't hit your hospital cap, you can heal them within a time. But it's still dying, and a lot of zones, a lot of the earlier zones, 1, 2, and 3, I think are the main ones that have a lot of zone death and a lot of zone health issues. So what can we do about it? What are suggestions for fixing this? Is there anything we can do? That's the reason why I wanted Hugo in, and we're talking about zone health, and he goes, well, as developers, we really don't know what to do. Or there's something that they have in their mind that they're going to do. Communication. We need an open dialogue communication, which I know that we had it great at first. Suggestions were put in, they were submitted, and the developers came in behind and put like notes like, hey, yeah, that's awesome, thumbs up, yeah, that's definitely something we could do, or hey, unfortunately that's not the thing we can do, or hey, whatever. And so that I ranted and raved on the fact that there wasn't a lot of community outreach. With suggestions, we felt like that we were just like, we took a poop in the suggestion toilet and we flushed it, and where does it go? Is it basically, are we basically pooping in a toilet? And, and nothing is coming of it. Are you listening? And there for a time, we were getting input. And now it's kind of faltered. We don't get any really input. They were submitted. Yay! Where do they go? Do they go into the poop toilet? Do they got a shredder that they're like, more, maniacally laugh as they shred our suggestions in effigy and then slow a match into the metal trash can? I don't know. It's starting to feel that way because, the suggestions are not getting a lot of the input like we were. And bugs and improvements. So as I've said, the CS has customer support has been down, and to be honest, the customer support is lacking in many ways. The support makes you think or makes you feel like you're talking to a human being, but what you're actually talking to is an avatar, is an automated system. And I saw some of the screenshots of some responses from reports put in, and it was pretty comical because it was basically like getting an answering machine. Hey, this is King's Group. Either I can't get to the phone right now, or I'm screening my calls, so you can either call again or forget my number because I'm not going to call back. We've got to kind of do something about that, to kind of make, we had zone input and it was awesome. So maybe that's some improvements we can do. And, I plan on doing it on a UTC time. This group chat discussion, which I'm going to put on YouTube and record for YouTube. I plan on doing UTC time so that it's a universal time, which it's the same one that Dino Wars uses to do their events. So it's a set time that no matter where you're at, it's the same time everywhere. It works really well. Alrighty, guys. So kind of want to make a shout out to a couple of my new members. I got Tap's an awesome dude. Obviously, we got Hugo. We got Junior, which I have affectionately named him Junior Mint Killer. If you watched that live stream I did for KE, you'll know exactly what I mean. We got Titan from Zone 8. He's a very big guy, We got Nickel the Pickle. I'm guessing her name is Nikki. I really haven't talked to her. We got Maniac. We got Caliber I really don't know how to pronounce your name, bro. I'm going to call you K-Haliber. Awesome. So these are all the guys, some people that we've got so far, and I hope to get I hope this video kind of incites and more people that wanting to join. And to be a part of this, I'm hoping that the recording of the group chat discussion kind of goes viral, so that we can get more people in here, more people that want to join, and we get more content, and we get more community members in this channel, so that it shows Hugo and as a community manager, it shows King's Group that we're serious. That change needs to be done, improvements need to be done, as well as giving them an attaboy. When they do right things, when they do good things for the community. It's all about that. All right, guys. So this is Rabbit Nut from Zone 2 of Discord. Survivors beware, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. All right, guys, I'm out.